All right, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me as always is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Arf, arf. Hey guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. Yeah, I am. Today was nice. Yeah, all good. Now this is not a topic on our show or anything. I just wanted to briefly mention that it's Sly Cooper's 20th birthday.
Woo!
Pretty
Game that
crazy.
partially
Who is
made me a
das?
furry.
Who is that? Sly Cooper? The
Yeah.
game, the
Noble,
raccoon?
were you ever a PlayStation kid?
If you weren't, you missed out on quite possibly the earliest introduction to furries in video games I think that existed outside of probably Crystal.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, Sly Cooper came out in 2002. Which I know that doesn't sound like it's 20 years ago, but yeah,
Makes me
2002 was
feel
20 years ago.
old.
I know.
I
Whoa!
left the gaming market at that point. Before then, sorry. So
You're good. All right.
That's all good. We'll touch on that in just a second, though. But next up, to round up the panel, we have our interim host, Noble.
well, I'd say good morning, but it's pissing with rain outside. So happy wet days.
Well, you can thank me for the game. As always, I bring the rain. Must have come over from the mainland, and
Yay!
yeah, we had rain earlier this week on the onset of what was a disjointed week for me. Speaking of which, Noble, did you at least have your fun day off?
Well, I got a few things done, especially with a power drill and a Jimmy bar. That was fun, actually.
Yeah, but that's all. That's all good. And rounding out the panel for today, we have Beowulf.
Jack of all trades, master of absolutely nothing, and thanks, Avira, for making me feel very old. Being as that was one of my earliest games that I can
Hey.
remember.
Okay. Me too. Me too. All right. It's good. It's fine. It's all groovy.
You know what was what the whole thing was for me? I it's so weird. I played the Ratchet and Clank series that came out at roughly about the same time, 2002 or so. I played the Jack and Daxter, and the only thing of the trilogy I missed was the Sly Cooper.
Oh wow. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Oh, that was one of my favorites for sure. Ratchet is
Yeah,
really cute.
and that was they were like the Three Musketeers of the PlayStation 2 era. Oh my goodness.
I mean, Spyro's got to be in there somewhere.
PlayStation 2.
Banjo Kazooie as well.
Oh, I said PlayStation 2. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, Banjo was the Xbox's, as our three guys were to PlayStation at its time. But yes, it did take me a while because I ended up playing the remastered trilogy up on PlayStation 3 when it came out. So
Nice.
yeah. But I don't know. As of late, I feel like they haven't done much with the Sly Cooper thing.
I mean, he's still relatively relevant, to an extent.
Yeah, he's around.
He's in our hearts and minds.
Yeah. Always, And I like it. I like the game too. It's yeah, it's just a good piece of PlayStation, really. So, shall we get started with what's on for today, for the week?
I mean, I think we got a chunk on our plate at least. I don't know if it's a platter full, but it's certainly a plate.
I've got 4 brick walls around me, so I think I'm ready.
Okay. I love your analogy, Beowulf. Like, I'm trying to think about how your measurements are.
I don't know. Shall we use?
Well,
Are we
you
going to use
have-
like a
You
meal
have
fit for
New
a fat
York
American?
steak, and then you have, that place in Texas that has, the steak that is, if you can finish this in like 2 hours, you can get it for free, and it's like 8 pounds of meat.
Yeah, something crazy.
That's a
See?
platter full. We have a plate full. It's a modest amount of news.
Good.
See, I knew you guys would bring out the whole is this fit for a fat American portion size?
I am American, and I live in the middle of America. Therefore, I go by plate size.
So we shall start with a small little dessert plate, and then we work way up to those big feasting plates.
To platters. No,
Yeah.
the serving platters is the final size.
Hmm. It's the final boss of all foods.
Good luck around here. If someone gives you a platter full of food, you're. I hope you're wearing yoga pants or something.
Well, more like you'd have to be dragged into your car, and I can't move.
Rolled is probably a more apt description.
Ow my face! Ow my face! But yeah, so we are going to get started, and what we have to begin with is more stuff from what may be the biggest furry convention of the year if things are to go by. Midwest Fur Fest 2022 has announced that they are using a room lottery system to ensure a fair and equitable distribution of hotel rooms.
There's no way this could possibly be rigged in favor of people who are planning on having lots of people in a single room. No, not a single way.
They've
Right?
been doing this for a while, actually. It's like this isn't the whole lottery
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
That's not the first time. And
Yeah,
are they the only con that does this? Because I don't.
This is
The
what
only furry
Are they?
convention.
the LFC, because they only have one hotel, they do room lottery.
Oh, they do that too. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure.
I think what made it different, or the brain, please, different is they are doing all of their room blocks via lottery.
Ah, that's problematic. Okay.
But
Right.
granted, that's also how Reno does it. But the Reno's
Like
less
this one
than
town
half the
right over in
size of
the
MFF.
arse end of Nevada. But but this is Rosemont we're talking about. Rosemont, Illinois is really close to O'Hare Airport. I know I've been there, and it's like a little expo center town.
I mean,
With
that's
lots
why
of hotels.
Rosemont exists, is to surround the conference center with hotels. If you look at like the actual county map of Rosemont, it is all the hotels in the convention center, and that's Rosemont.
Basically, and a shopping center and a casino.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I've been there. I couldn't
have too.
exactly get a hotel in Rosemont proper when I went Midwest Fur Fest back in 2015. Had to take a train to the station over. But at the time, Midwest Fur Fest 2015 didn't have the whole hotel room block system, nor did it have the attendance figures that we're seeing now.
Yeah, it definitely did increase. Actually, it's been increasing every year until 2020, because 2020 didn't happen. Last time they had 11,019 people that showed up. That was in 2019. Of course, 2020 didn't happen. In 2021, they only had about 9,300 people. That's a large dip in the attendance.
Yeah, but almost every convention had that 20% drop.
Yeah, yeah,
But
they did.
also 2021 they didn't have like all the international travelers as well, because that's like a big thing for MFF is all the international flights.
Yep, that's a very good point. So you think this year is going to be more? Well, given their draconian policies, I'm not entirely sure how many people would actually want to go to that.
We're
But
talking
people will still
furries
go.
here.
Just because they've, vaccinated and all that. But really,
So-
if you're vaccinated enough and you're dead set going, you'll go anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had someone at another convention that I talked to, and they said that they were basically getting their final shot so that they could attend MFF after the convention that we were at, and it was like, really, you're getting boosted a third time just to go to a different convention.
Yeah, and just for that, is it worth it though? Just for Midwest Fur Fest?
To me, no.
No.
As soon as I
No.
saw that vaccine policy, I was like, well, time to pull out of the room lottery because I'm not attending.
It's crazy. It really is. Joel, do you want to bring up their little their table?
Right, I'll bring up
This.
the whole. I mean, we'll talk. I know we've talked about the whole vaccination policy in the episodes past. They've still got it on their website,
Oh,
perfectly
okay.
legal
Well, it
as
is
of
still pretty crazy though.
thing. But we'll go through what this hotel room lottery involves, and of course they got two hotels at the Hyatt around the convention center: the Hyatt Regency O'Hare, the main one, and the Hyatt Rosemont, which is further up the line down up River Road. And Rosemont, as far as I can tell, is not exactly the most friendliest things to walk around, especially if you live in if you follow like American urbanism. So
Mind you, this is going to be in December, so it's going
yeah,
to be freezing.
See,
yes,
this is the interesting thing that I always found out about MFF is they have they rent a bus or several buses that they have just dedicated driving back and forth from the Hyatt Regency to the Hyatt Rosemont. The
Huh.
convention rents buses to take people back and forth, and it's like,
I mean, that does make sense though,
why?
because like if you're
Well, no,
going to
I
a
understand it makes
yeah,
sense
like
that
it makes
hey,
sense.
you're with
yeah,
the
because
Hyatt,
it's
you
yeah,
have a sister property. That sister property's probably going to give you great deals and stuff.
and the distance from Hyatt Rosemont up at River Road, like past the interchange to the Hyatt Regency's, it's quite a substantial distance away.
It is walkable, not for fursuiters though.
Yeah,
Granted, I would almost probably take that walk
Yeah, if
as
it's
opposed to
snowing,
walking
I
through
probably
the tunnel.
wouldn't.
I mean, it was already scary enough to go walk into Rosemont train station because it's not located like smack bang under an interchange,
Hmm.
as you see here. But but yes, to get back to the whole hotel system, the how the lottery works. This lottery is open only to members of the convention and dealers. Only one entry per attendee. Your entries may be changed, modified, or withdrawn. Multiple room types may be indicated in order of preferences. Multiple properties, the neighboring hotels, Aloft, Comfort Inn, Crown Plaza, may be indicated in order of preferences. So you've got, Crown Plaza here, Aloft on the side. Those,
And
yeah. So
you're zoomed out quite far because Aloft to go to the Aloft to the convention center is still like over
five
half
ten
a
minutes away
mile.
because it's like it was still a substantial walk to the fashion outlets.
So they are actually providing not only transport but accommodation at different like building locations.
I don't know if it's
Well,
every single
they
hotel.
have room blocks at basically all these hotels that you can see right here, except for I think the DoubleTree. I don't think there's any room blocks that I was aware of at DoubleTree, but they have them at the Embassy, just basically all of them right there that are next to that parking garage. Specifically the Crown Plaza because that's where dealers get their rooms.
Fair
Right.
enough. So, um, next thing that we've got here, and we've got a couple of
They say confirmation will take approximately 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, and by this point, actually, I'm pretty sure everyone has their confirmation or denials that they got a
Yeah,
room.
they have been, and this only happened what a couple days ago. They dropped this.
Yeah,
Or
something like that.
wow. I
yeah.
wonder, like, do you think it might be worth it, even though it's maybe like I don't know, $100 more, to just get a room at the hotel and not be a part of the blocks or the lottery system? Because this just sounds like a tedious extra step, right?
In
Like that's what I would do.
in 2018, I was actually looking at this because I wanted to get a room somewhere else, and I had booked my room months in advance on a travel site, so I had a super cheap rate that was just slightly above like even the room block price.
Perfect.
When I went to book within I think it was a month or two of the convention, rooms were up to 200% marked up.
Wow. Well,
Sheesh.
yeah, because they anticipated thousands of people coming.
Yeah.
Of course, they
Yeah.
would do that.
Because 2018, I had my room for like I think it was like 279 a night.
Mhm.
When I looked to get another room uh, at the same hotel, the only rooms that I could find were like 489 a night.
Wow. See, that's one of the benefits with having a room block because it would be discounted.
Yeah,
But
because basically the convention pays, their share, and they're like, you will hold this many rooms for us. But hotels then, for every other room that's not a corporate contract or anything else, can
yeah,
just gouge the ever living bejesus out of you.
yup. Which yeah, exactly, that's what they do. So
Now,
I can see the benefits of having a room block, of course, but the lottery system it's very interesting, like the way they do it
And
with
I mean,
groups of people and emails and stuff.
it bases things on people being truthful, essentially.
Hmm.
Granted, I read through all their rules and stipulations that like, groups will be given priority based on your size of your group. You can only have groups up to 4, stuff like this, yada yada yada. But that's not saying that someone's not going to go and have 12 people enter in individually, because that's essentially 12 chances of winning instead of one weighted chance to win. That,
But
Yeah,
hey, we're going to go for a suite
how many times can a person actually enter?
once.
only yeah,
yeah,
only
one
one.
is
One
per
one
person.
email allows you entry, essentially.
But if you got 5 people with you and they all do it, like let's say they all book one room by themselves, like then what? And let's say maybe what if even more than one of them wins? What if it's like 2 or 3?
Yeah,
Like
that
shit, then what?
you're going to keep those rooms because, hey, we can throw a room to keep our suits in the other.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like that. Sure, I guess first come first serve in that
Yeah.
regard.
Now,
But
If
that also
hey,
means that a lot of people are not going to be able to get rooms, though.
yeah, but furries don't care. They want a convenience for themselves.
yeah.
This is the thing of people being honest. You're asking people who want to have fun, want to party, want to get laid at these conventions to be honest and, hey, make sure you only have one room that you're going to be sleeping on the floor in because there's not enough bed space unless you want to cuddle up with someone or you want to have 4 people in a bed. And then why not have 4 beds instead of having 2 beds for, slightly for double the cost?
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying, because other furries, like not regular attendees. I mean, like people are not going to be able to get rooms. Like they just can't.
Yeah, but which they're going to have to go to Midwest Fur Fest or whatever the room share site is, and they're going to basically pay for floor space. So these people who, hey, me and my friend each got rooms. Now we're going to lease floor space so we can recoup our own costs. So basically, they're not actually losing any money out of it.
Is
Wow.
that allowed
Okay.
though?
I don't. I've never done that before. Like leasing room space. Wait, what does that mean? Like,
Well,
is it exactly what it sounds like? People just chill
yeah,
on the floor in a sleeping bag or something?
yeah. Well, you can lease quote unquote floor space. You basically you go to conroomies.com or org or whatever, and you can look at all the different conventions that have partnered with them, and you can set stipulations and stuff, kind of who you're looking for, and you basically
What?
can get in contact with them. And because I did that at 2018 MFF, I had 2 roomies that I basically split the cost with. I was like, all right, I'll pay for half the room. You guys each pay a quarter to me, and I'll make sure the room gets paid.
Wow. Okay. I
And
this is like a whole different economy to me because I kind of just figured, hey, can I crash here for the night? I'll throw you $20 or something. Like I don't know.
yeah, for me, it's you split the room based on how many people there are.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize it was like that organized. Like there's a website for it. That's
Oh yeah,
interesting.
there's a website and
Wow.
MFF. Let's see, MFF, Anthrocon, BLFC, AWU, Anthro Weekend Utah, I think is on there. Aquifers on there. what's the one in Atlanta?
Furry Weekend Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
FWA.
FWA.
Yeah.
I think those are all on there, and it's like it's not only furry cons. I think it's like anime conventions and
Yeah.
stuff like that too.
And now, when we come
Conventions.
to anime cons, I don't think they've ever, to my knowledge, do they ever have to do the room, the whole hotel lotteries? Because they are
Yeah, they don't
they are,
do that. Like, they,
you know,
the crazy thing is that furries, despite being the smallest population, take up the most amount of space for whatever reason.
fursuits and all that, etc. And dealer
Because
stuff.
like you'll have anime conventions that have 10 times the population of
Yeah.
uh,
Of a con, like
MFF
like
come
in
into
the high
Rosemont.
5 digits.
Yeah,
10,
high
20,
five,
30, 40,000.
sometimes 6 digits, and
Even.
they'll go into the same convention center and have no problem.
Yeah. And
Oh.
they don't have to do hotel lotteries. They the convention centers that can scale up and anime cons, etc. They're more.
Yeah, I don't
focused.
understand why like it ends up that fur cons are the weird.
Why do fur cons have to
weird
resort to
ones.
hotel lottery system, right?
Yeah, the lottery thing doesn't make sense, but the room block does.
No,
So
like,
I don't really know.
Maybe
Yeah, but
I
then
don't think
first come
fur
first
cons.
serve, and it crashes hotel websites,
but
and it becomes a
what I
mess. Then
what I
Oh,
wanted to get
guys,
at is maybe
I just
fur
wanna highlight a comment we have here from Boombox. It says, "Sleep in the bathtub." If you're renting, are you renting floor space or tub space? Yo, I know some of my friends have done this before. I've seen it.
Hey, you know something? You take a couple pillows and a sleeping bag, you can make it work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, heck, his other live comment. How about a tent? Let's just camp out right at the green
Okay,
space right
actually,
outside the Hyatt Regency in front of the Des Plaines River.
no. When I was at New Year's Furry Ball, my friend who was rooming with us, he had like one of those one-man tents, and he slept in a tent in our room on New Year's. Yeah, I'm like, what the bonkers, dude? Like, what are you doing? I mean, he had his girlfriend with him, so they had the little tent to themselves. But like, dude, so like goofy looking, just seeing like a tent in the middle of our room.
Anyway,
I mean, that's kind of weird stuff you see. I mean,
like two furries will go to great lengths just to stay, as we always say.
I mean,
Mhm.
as long as you don't break fire code, I don't think the hotel really cares.
No, I didn't. It was fine. It was a big room.
I mean, like, even going to like stuff, like there's a couple suites I think that are in the MFF room lottery that
Mhm.
have like 12-person capacity before you host people. Like their hosting capacity is like 100 and something,
Whoa.
and it's like, what?
What? Wait,
Excuse me?
is that like a panel room or something, or like a ball
No,
room? Like what?
that's one of like their upper end suites that's like $1,700 a night.
100 people? What the heck? That's
There's
crazy.
there's a couple of them that are in the towers. I know at the Regency in the circular towers because they're 2 levels and they're pie shaped, but their hosting capacity is like I think 70 something,
Whoa.
and it's like because it says hosting capacity.
Have
So that
furries ever bought that out before at MFF?
well, that's part of the room lottery. All the
Oh, so
suites.
someone's gonna get it? I mean, like, have they before?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always room parties at the suites because I mean that's
No,
you
but
get
like
a
that
suite.
would be like one of the biggest ones ever, though.
Oh yeah, like that's the thing at MFF is there's room parties everywhere.
Righto. So now, I know, like, what do you make of all this? Like, is this just kind of complicated the entire process? Like, just to quickly round it out, like,
It's
the whole
kept the problem from being the hotel's infrastructure because the hotel infrastructure is not going to be able to support 12,000 people all getting on at the same instance with a code or more than 12,000 because that's assuming
it's really an issue of scale, which was kind of like the point of the thing I was about to say.
the room
And then
lottery makes it
AnimeCon,
so hey, you're all entered into this. We have 1,500 rooms.
yeah, and
10% of you
AnimeCons
are going to get rooms.
are handling this whole scaling thing better than furry cons will at this stage. So
I mean,
know.
instead of maybe a lottery, you think they might be able to just extend their contract instead of buying out, like maybe just more room blocks in each hotel. That way, they have
Yeah.
more rooms available.
Because I know for the Regency, like they have the whole hotel. The whole hotel is theirs, other than their
Wow.
commercially obligated stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Like for like airline pilots and stuff.
Mhm.
Because
Coolio.
they're right next to the airport. They have contractual
That's a government
obligations.
thing, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Well,
not a government thing,
or
but
with the airlines or whatever, so they can do package deals and make more money. And because I know there was some. I stayed at the embassy. Because I saw a pilot walking around with his bag as he was like going back out, and he's just like, I'm in a dangerous place right now as he's walking out through the lobby, and there's furries everywhere.
oh no.
Help!
You-
I'm
Oh.
surrounded.
When you see non-furries in like the situation where there's fursuits everywhere and there's tech people doing tech things, and you can just see the look on their face that I don't belong here.
Oh, it's great. It's so great.
There's been several instances of that at the
Yeah.
at the Hyatt, because there was one of like the famous ones where there's the fursuit parade going on, and I think it's like the second floor above them. There's a pilot looking out over there, and his face just looks like I'm in danger.
Oh my
Nice.
goodness.
All right. So that sort of just ties that up. So we're going to go to the next item that we've got on the show. And if you've been following what's been happening in the gaming world, well, big information's come out on such a high-profile game. Not in the way the developers intended. Of course, I speak about the leaks that have happened to Grand Theft Auto 6.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And this isn't just like a couple of screenshots. I mean, this really does get pretty deep. Like they were hacked.
Like
No, the term is they got pwned hard.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
There has never, in the history of gaming, at least in the digital age that we have now, where it's easy to access, been a leak of this scale.
Right, and we're talking about over 90 videos of varying magnitudes, lengths, and all that, and development footage.
Like this is all internal stuff as well. People don't understand this. This was not ever supposed to see the light of day. Some of this might have been stuff from half a year ago. Some of this stuff might have been the current build in progress kind of stuff.
So
some of this stuff may have been released years later or made it onto the internet years later, but for it to be released prior to the game's actual launch,
insane.
This is something else.
Yeah, so let's get into in the article it says what you need to know. So the first footage of the next Grand Theft Auto game has leaked online with over 90 videos showcasing its engine, gameplay, and from an earlier development build. So these historic leaks provide glimpses into the next Grand Theft Auto entry, confirming prior reports of the series' first female protagonist. Here we go, and a Vice City setting.
Let's stop here.
Yeah,
now, it's quite interesting. Like to take on the points one at a time. Vice City. I know every person who is GTA enthusiast has kind of saying the inevitable. Yeah, we're gonna get a modernized Vice City thing. Like we got Liberty City, we got San Andreas.
Well, everyone hoped. Everyone was hoping for that return to Vice City, because Vice City was really where like a lot of people were introduced to GTA.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Yep.
All things considering, and it's
You
been
know,
what
going
20
back to
odd
that
years
PlayStation
now.
era.
Yeah,
Exactly. I was just thinking of that.
it's been 20 years now from the date, like 20 odd, that Vice City came out, and that's the thing. Now,
Other than stories, I think there was Vice City Stories came out
Stories.
sometime
Now it's
later, but there hasn't been another Vice City. And
no, you're right.
that, and everyone's like, oh, GTA 5 is all right and everything else, but there's still the same problems with it, and everyone's been waiting for this next big Rockstar title in the Grand Theft Auto series. So this leak, as soon as someone, you know, this wasn't someone poking a pinhole in a dam or anything. This was someone just tore the whole frickin' thing out and is like, here you go, everybody. And now there's millions of copies of this footage going all over the internet, and some people probably have it downloaded and screen capped and everything else.
Oh, what's really perplexing to me is that whoever this guy was, he has the entire source code of GTA 5 and the new game. Like, he
Yep.
posted screenshots of the actual game code. So this dude must have either he's like a crazy hacker, or maybe he works for them and he just got rubbed the wrong way. I mean,
Well,
or maybe
he's
both.
Not so.
he's a minor. The person
Oh, he's a
who did it
minor?
is a minor.
Oh,
So this
what?
was literally done for the lols, Avira. That's it.
Because
How in
it
the
has been
heck?
disclosed by news agencies, this was when he did this particular act, was 16 years old.
What? Okay, he has to work for like the government or something.
Well, he has a bunch of friends, basically, that he's part of his big hacking group and other stuff, supposedly. And, ended up, oh, yeah, we hacked Rockstar. We've also hacked, I think he was part of the one who hacked, like, Uber Eats and stuff at the same time. But, hey, we hacked Rockstar. Here's all this information. Made all sorts of posts out on the internet. Hey, I'll accept 5-figure sums for the source code of GTA 5.
Oh, yeah, and he can really do that too. That's what's bonkers.
But I believe that the person is now in custody.
Yes, they were arrested.
So,
What he did was extremely illegal. I mean, he might only be 16, but I mean, damn.
he's also overseas compared to us. I mean, he's in the UK.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. So the laws are different over there. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So who knows what actual legal repercussions that there are going to be.
I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy.
But he might have went and deleted all his data and formatted hard drives and stuff. So who knows?
Either way, and now to tackle the other point, as we saw, female protagonist, yes, that's officially a thing.
Also, it is another multi-character game.
Correct.
Mm.
And yeah, this time she has another male companion. I believe, I can't remember. It goes by the name of Jason. The woman is called Lucia. And like some people have speculated that the story is going to follow, inspired by Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep. And
I mean, that'd be cool.
That's kind of what, like, a lot of the videos that I saw kind of, people breaking down stuff before, Rockstar or Take-Two started axing stuff. But that's what I heard a lot of, is it's kind of this Bonnie and Clyde kind of theme, which makes sense for Vice City.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
And again, like they're following like their inspirations, If you remember, the old Vice City of 2002 was basically Scarface, the video game.
You aren't wrong.
Degree. And now this. Actually, I would say from a story perspective, it could actually work quite well, like you said.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you take everything they've learned from GTA 5, you take what they've learned from Red Dead 2, you make it into one game that essentially allows you all the good mechanics of both games and probably a lot of the bad, because let's be honest, it's Rockstar. And what you're actually going to have probably a pretty good game, in my opinion.
Right.
Assuming they don't do what they did.
Now
So
they've had some new mechanics added onto it too. Like I've managed to see some of the gameplay footage before it got scrubbed off the internet, and we're seeing some new elements, like we're having guns holstered on the back. We're seeing prone, like going crawling.
Yep. Which the guns on the back is from Red Dead 2.
Yeah, so some people are speculating, it's Grand Theft Auto 6 is using the Red Dead 2 engine, but scaled up for modern needs, the time frame.
It wouldn't surprise me because that kind of makes sense. You take the best of both worlds, slam them together, and just make profit out of it. Which
Yeah.
I mean, that's all Rockstar does is make games that just make money.
And now that because they have such a huge development budget, like let us not forget, Grand Theft Auto 5 had a development budget of 250 million US dollars at its
Oof.
time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That's
probably talking into
wow.
the they're going to be like, oh well, GTA 5 over the course of 8 years has made us like $3 billion.
Oh yeah, definitely a big return on investment. With GTA
How
6,
about we give you $800 million to make this game?
Jesus Christ, yeah, probably. With GTA 6 though, when is it supposed to be coming out?
There is no release date.
There is no wow. So, wow. So this
And
might be
some of
some
the
really
development
early stuff.
Literally, there was no real news about how its development was going, or even if it was in development until this leak happened.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I was like. I couldn't find anything on it. I'm like, wait, GTA 6. Like, I didn't know that was coming out. Like, I'd never heard any news about it until then. I heard about this like crazy leak and crap going on a couple days ago. And
Everyone's been speculating, but no one's got any concrete proof until now. So
they're probably like a year away from just announcing the game will be released. Maybe they're about a year and a half, almost 2 years from the game actually being released. Because if they're not having any news about this whatsoever for GTA 6, like you would think,
oh
if
yeah,
they're this far
I
in
would say
development,
it's at
right?
least 2 years out.
Yeah,
Minimum
it's got to
of 2
be.
years.
It's got to be.
Something to remember about the leaks is that this is beta leaks. The
Yes.
game may be completely different when it actually does come out.
Yeah, like this is development. This isn't even like alpha potentially. Like there are textures missing in a lot of the videos that I saw. So I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking
Some people have
time.
also said the development footage may have dated back to 2019.
Mhm.
Which again, not so
That
sure.
wouldn't surprise me. It was started like a long time ago. It's just because Rockstar
Yeah.
takes a long time to
Now
make games.
I'm able to show you some of this stuff at the risk of getting copy struck, which I'm gonna take it anyway. Grand Theft Auto 6 photos here. See the woman in that pink sweater? That's our female protagonist, Lucia.
So guys, this podcast may not exist.
Oh, we can always blank out the photos.
Yeah. At that point, I'm going to switch to audio only. So no, the good. But yes, going from diners. There's like
I mean, it looks all right. Kind of has like Vice City-ish vibes, like the subway scene. Or is it a subway? I don't know. Yeah.
there is here.
Yep.
Vice City Metro.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's our male protagonist, Jason here. Man in
Yeah, there he is. But when it comes to something like these leaks and stuff, remember the guy that did this, he had the entire source code, not only for this development, GTA 6, but also the game before that. He literally has the source code for GTA 5. Like that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and like it's wild to think about that. Hey, I have the source code for not only your new game, but your old game that you've been monitoring, trying to keep people away from it. That tells people how your anti-cheat works.
Yeah, and he can like ransom that and sell it to people. That is crazy. And
No,
he's
you can only
16. What the heck?
ransom. Vera, you can only ransom that to the actual company itself. You can sell it to everybody else.
Yeah, he was ransoming the GTA 6 source code.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one. That makes sense. And then of course he's just selling the GTA 5 because he can.
For big dollary dues.
Yeah, I can imagine. My goodness.
All right. So while we're continuing on this theme, if you're a Rockstar, the company, again, is this a PR disaster? Probably is, and they've had to make a statement out of this. We recently message from Rockstar Games. We recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage for the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services nor any long term effect on the development of our ongoing projects.
Hmm.
We're extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you all in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to delivering an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations.
Yeah,
So,
like people were looking at this development footage and being like, "Oh, it's missing textures. Oh, it looks so bad." And it's like making it look pretty is the final part of game design.
Yeah. Well, but hold up a second. Can we just go back to their announcement?
yeah. And
Okay.
the last line. We will update everyone again soon, and of course, we will properly introduce you to this next game when it is ready. We want to thank
Here's
everyone for their ongoing support for this situation.
okay. Yeah. Here's the thing about this. No one knew about GTA 6 coming out. There's been no news, nothing. Is this statement from them the first acknowledgement that the game exists and that they're working on it?
They've
It,
been
it
really, really
I
tight-lipped.
think
probably is, right?
I think it's the first official acknowledgement of yes, GTA 6 exists. We're sorry
That's what I
you
mean.
saw it in
Yeah.
this form, but we will update you when it's ready.
Wow. Okay. That's wow. They were not prepared to
Yeah,
even announce this yet.
and
Oh boy.
they've been so very tight-lipped, and even then, there were a couple of leaks as well, like just with the insiders saying stuff about their workplace culture at Rockstar Games. That made everyone think, hold on, maybe GTA 6 really is a thing.
Well, I mean that LinkedIn sleuths, watching Rockstar every hour of the day, being like, "Oh, they're looking for a graphic designer. Oh, they're looking for someone who's based in shooting mechanics in a specific engine. Oh, they're looking for, they're like, hey, you're hiring talent based on, you're developing a game. I know
Hmm.
you're doing something, but we can't pin it down on what."
Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for Spyro 4. It's been like 25 years. What the hell?
They're just gonna remaster it and make more money before they do that.
Yeah.
Maybe they might make a brand new Spyro game. I'm not so sure, but the news
There's
I've
been
heard
talk
is
about it, but it's only been hinted at. We don't know.
apparently the news I've heard is that they're making a pair of Crash Bandicoot games.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure where Activision Blizzard's priorities are at the moment, apart from making the new World of Warcraft expansion and Diablo 4, which got leaked but overshadowed by Grand Theft Auto 6.
Right.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, okay. So do you think because this crazy, unprecedented type of leak happened, and that Rockstar actually had to make a statement about it, you think they're going to change their game completely? Obviously, they're going to
no,
boost up their security.
I think they're at that point. Like I can see they're too far in development to
Oh yeah,
even
they're too far along in it, right? Like they can't just change everything.
no, but even then, I'm not like games do have a big depending on the development cycle. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, because I wonder like if some of the guys that work there, they're like, oh man, we got to totally change all these character designs. Maybe just like the character designs, or they're probably gonna still keep the story design. Well, the story, because again, like they're so far along in the story already, they probably have every mission worked out and all that by now, at
Who
least
knows?
from
I
a
mean,
story standpoint.
3 years. Who knows? But then again, like if you look at all things considered, it's like between the whole two most milked games, at least Grand Theft Auto is at least doing something right.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was a little disappointed because when I heard about this leak, I was like, whoa, Grand Theft Auto 6, it's coming out? Cool. Like, I was interested in seeing the game, and I was like, oh, wait a moment, this is not what I thought it was.
It's very early.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
This is
Unfortunately.
like the brother or sister that simply turns around, pulls you into the secret hiding spot where all the presents are on the 1st of December.
Oh, goodness.
No. It's more like brother sister find quote unquote Christmas gifts in the attic, like in July. They're like,
Oh
"Oh, these
yeah,
must be
yeah.
our Christmas gifts." And no, they have nothing to do with your Christmas gifts. We're going to give you something mostly different.
No, I was like, oh, cool, GTA 6. Like, they're finally, doing a thing about that. I was looking forward to like the announcement, and then I saw it was just a leak. I was like, whoa! And this dude he's in jail now. What the heck? So okay,
Well, we'll soon find out what's going to happen in the pipeline. For now, we've got one more set of items to go through. Now, they're announcing a new pair of movies that they are going to quote unquote modernize for this era.
No, no, it's not allowed. Burn it with
Okay.
fire now.
We all know what this means.
We're gonna modernize it and make things more politically correct. Everybody, come on.
They have to promote the message. We all know what the
The
message is.
narrative as well.
Yes, of course.
So-
The message and
The way.
narrative.
First thing we're going to start with is The Wizard of Oz.
No.
There's nothing you can do about the Wizard of Oz to include anything else.
Right.
All right.
And the
Do I
last-
need to use my brick wall?
Yes, please.
Please
now,
do.
Just to give you a bit of background, the last Wizard of Oz that was, to my knowledge, that the one that the one I last watched was the 2013 one that starred James Franco.
Okay, I haven't actually seen that one.
It wasn't actually that bad, considering.
No, yeah, I heard like some mixed reviews of it. Overall positive, but yeah.
Yeah, I overall enjoyed it, but again, nothing beats the timeless classic one that says, where everyone was singing "Ding Dong, the Wicked Witch is Dead."
I mean, if you're gonna watch Wizard of Oz, you're going to watch The Wizard of Oz, like the 1939. Like, of course, like there's no other better alternative.
No, you're right. But now this is what they're going to modernize it to. So prepare your brick walls and everything else to lose your brain cells. Here's what's up. Kenya Barra says Wizard of Oz remake will include LGBTQ representation to quote unquote reflect the world.
All right, hang on a minute. Just let me ask a specific question. But wasn't the lion supposed to represent gay?
I mean, he was flamboyant. I don't know if he was supposed to represent it. People nowadays will probably say that because they're these gender studies scholars. Oh yes, of course, the lion meant to represent the LGBTQIXWXYZ. Of course, yes. But no, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny about this title though? Just they said they wanted to what? Scroll up a second.
Reflect the world.
Right. So
That-
this is the
intent.
same strategy they're using in the Rings of Power, where they want to like retcon things and reflect the modern world, and they're using this in a fantasy world, mind you. The land of Oz is a total fantasy world. This is a place where witches melt if they get hit by water and monkeys fly. Okay? Why in the crap does it have to represent our modern world? It's its own world. Am I wrong here, or am I like, come on?
Even then, like just for the historical context of what the Wizard of Oz was, it was an allegory. The original was an allegory and a reflection of the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. And what the fuck is this new 2020X, 22X Wizard of Oz gonna be like? It's gonna be like a reflection of Clown World.
Well, exactly. See, it was a product of its time, and there's no. You really shouldn't be changing it. Though. Same thing with like I said, the Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings. You know, it was about World War One, really. Like his whatever.
Tolkien
But
so put it.
yeah.
Okay. I have
Oh, and
seen,
they compare it there too. Oh my god, I didn't even realize. Exactly.
so if
Yes, no.
anyone's seen any of the other type of movies based on The Wizard of Oz, you'll know that there are modern interpretations where it's after that first adventure, like 30 years later, nitty and gritty. So there are other movies out there, but to
Yeah.
take the core premise and try to do what they want to do seems a little tone deaf.
Hmm. Yeah, it does. So
The other thing I have to ask is whether or not maps are going to be represented in this movie because that's
probably.
supposed to be the new thing.
Oh, it will be. It's a very slippery slope. I wonder if they're gonna make Dorothy black. Hey, I bet you $100 they do.
Well, just scrolling through that article, I don't see anyone who's not.
Nothing, nothing of note other than
Darker skin.
the current latest stars that are in current,
What
current
about
new
if they made her
movies.
Spanish? No, gender swap. It's no longer Alice. It has to be Adam.
Yes, but Adam obviously is a female to male, so we have to use him, he pronouns. Because Dorothy, she had a, what she's fine now. He is his own man. Wizard of Oz, 2022. This is the world we live in, and that wouldn't even be unreasonable to suggest that would actually be a movie.
It's more or less, hey, we're gonna steal your characters and kind of
That's
your
pretty
general
much.
plot and make our own thing.
Now
Yeah,
that's pretty much what they're doing these days. Like what these, I will straight up use the word evil people are doing. They can't
yes.
create their own thing, so instead they take what is good and beautiful and just subvert it and defile it ever living out of it.
And Jolt, did you know that's exactly how evil came into the world of Middle Earth? Morgoth. He can't create life. He can only corrupt
And
and
this is why.
destroy. Ah,
And
it's so true.
this is why. Yes, it's so true, and this is why you see this parallel in the real world where these people hate the work of Tolkien because it very much mentioned the exact same thing. Because it basically just struck a nerve.
Oh my
Bam.
goodness, it's all coming together.
Yes. Tolkien knew what's up.
Yeah, he did.
And so again, like what we have here, everything that's beautiful is just being up, inverted, ruined, and all that, and that's pretty much the movie and entertainment scene in Clown World these days.
So
But
how else is is Wizard of Oz going to actually be changed? Is it going to follow the actual story? Like Dorothy gets lost, she finds these four, goofy
they've
characters,
only just announced this a couple of days ago, and all that I can find is gay representation, gay representation, gay representation, and that's it. No,
oh my
everything
goodness.
else is tight-lipped.
Okay, so basically they're just ticking off boxes here.
Yeah, but
Wow.
I'm not done yet with this whole movie thing that nobody asked for. Okay, first off, live comment, Ali. I bet you $1,000 that they're not gonna make Dorothy non-binary.
Okay, I got $100 on her being black. Possibly, well, what Noble said, Adam. I mean, that's pretty funny too. Oh man.
And now, what I'm not done with is another movie that is also being modernized for the real world is James Bond. That's what's next. 007.
Oh, we gotta show that the spy has an emotional side besides wanting to lay with every woman in town.
All right, just hold up for a minute here. See, when I was a kid, there was a James Bond Jr. cartoon. My question is, why don't they do James Bond's daughter and have her accidentally fall into the spy world? But yeah, you go do this if you feel like it's necessary.
They're saying
Want to
Bond is
rewrite
evolving,
stuff so
quote
people can
unquote,
be mad
just
at it
as
because hey,
yeah.
we already have the plot. We don't have to come up with anything new. We're just going to change the script a little bit so that he shows his tender emotional side. In a spy movie that's an action thriller, we're going to turn it into a romance with another dude.
Oh no, that they're not doing that, are they?
I would almost put money on that's exactly what's going to happen, but
Oh, me too. Oh.
Oh, I thought
Okay, so what's actually happening though? So they're gonna focus on emotions and all that stuff. I mean, 007, a secret
Pablo.
agent, trained killer, faces death every day on top secret missions. I don't think he has to. Emotions will cloud his judgment, as does, say,
emotions.
Yoda.
yes,
Emotions will get
but
him
look,
killed.
future
Yeah.
films will further explore Super Spy's emotional side.
Emotional and vulnerable side. Ever
Okay,
since
here's a question though. What about the other agents? I mean, we do know that there's up to Agent 7, but what about agents 12, 13, 14, 15, 99?
Yeah, why not come up with your own thing? Because creativity is dead. Let's rewrite something so that it just changes a little bit, and everything's going to stay the same, and it's going to be the same garbage that we're going to throw up into your mouth, and you're going to enjoy it.
Well, I
Masticated?
actually, I kind of disagree with that though, Noble, because it's not 007. Like, it's not James Bond. Like, James Bond, as far as I know, like from the lore behind this, 007 James Bond, that's just an alias. Like, that's just a position. Anybody could be 007. That's why they have, different characters or actors play him over the decades. And he changes over the decades. Yeah,
right.
whenever a 007 dies, another James Bond will just replace him. So I get that. Like, that's why they can change his actors and stuff. But they don't have to make the 007, like that position, to be emotional and his vulnerable side as being it's so stressful. Ugh, I need my pillow. Like, nah, dude, this is 007 we're talking about, all right?
But that's
Like,
what they're
this
going to
is
do, though, because they're
uh,
going to want to tie it in with other movies to get everyone who's a 007 fan to come and enjoy their new nonsense
propaganda.
movie.
Yeah, they're propaganda. That's what they're peddling.
Right. And I
Oh,
want you to look at this one here. Like what they're trying to do, like what the producers are trying to do is it's not so much of they're not trying to so much cast a new 007. Like they already had a hard enough time getting Daniel Craig to do it. Like
mm,
apparently that's what they said. And it's about what they want to do, like to reinvent the James Bond character.
no,
What they
no,
think. What do they want to do with the character? Who's the right person for that character?
Who's the best for for that particular reinvention? It's not that character; it's a reinvention of that character.
is
They're
that what they're calling it?
reinventing James Bond.
Like
Oh my
read
god.
this though, this paragraph. However, it seems that this next incarnation of Bond will be far from a complete reinvention of the character, and as writes that Broccoli confirmed that the humanizing of the once womanizing spy and the ensuring of more fulfilling meteor roles for the female stars of the franchise
Oh
will
my
Well,
god.
continue the
I'm gonna
next
go and
films.
make sure.
Again with this, the whammon power. What is going on with
I'm
the,
gonna go and make sure that everyone
She-Hulk
who
and the
watches this,
Whammon King and the
we gotta
Galadriel
make
and now
sure.
this and what the heck, man? We get it. You have a vagina, all right?
Let's get everyone we know to rating tank of this movie.
Oh my, yeah, and then they're gonna blame misogynists, all right? That's what they're gonna do,
Now
probably.
they say, and the next thing they want to say is quote unquote it's an evolution, and whatever they're saying, Bond
Just
is
make it
evolving
an
just
action movie.
right. But next thing they were saying, Bond is evolving just as men are evolving. I don't know who's evolving at a faster pace.
What does that
Okay,
even mean?
so take out the misogynistic part and make it so he's with someone continuously. I'm fine with that. But
Actually,
hey,
here's the thing. One thing that we're kind of noticing, well, what I'm seeing here is the toxic masculinity.
yes, toxic masculinity is
Yo,
everywhere all over this.
what are they talking about? A Bond is evolving just as men are evolving at a faster pace? What the crap?
Now, my
This
fellow
is
Toxic
gentlemen, can I ask you a
masculinity.
question? How have we evolved?
I what? I don't know. This is weird.
I
Because
think
men bad, women good.
Well,
The
but we're evolving
downside
now.
the
Yeah.
downside is that most people assume that being a man means that you're basically an emotional you're emotionally dead inside, basically.
I mean, that's what society has taught us to be. I.
Okay,
Yeah.
but 007 is supposed to be though.
He's a
You know.
spy. Like his weakness is pretty ladies. That's been his go-to
Well,
forever.
hey, that's every human male's weakness, I would imagine. Well, most
Well,
of us.
yeah, but I mean,
Now
every
it's going to
Bond
get to the
movie,
point
he's
where
got his fling.
any Bond villain now is probably easily going to be able to take him out.
No, any Bond villain is going to be a capitalist, pro-America Trump supporter, and he's going to have to go in there and fight the insurrections.
That
Um,
actually
Yeah,
this is
that's what he's going to be
British,
doing.
not American, Avera, so you might want to rephrase that.
I mean, it's James Bond. He could do anything. What if it affected the Parliament? I don't know.
Now, to get back to the whole answer to that question of how are men, the evolution of men, I think the right answer to that is we need to go back to take pages from the history books. And what I'm saying is men should, what I'm probably suggesting is that men should, return to monkey.
Return to
Oh, for
monkey.
Christ.
What?
Take back masculinity is essentially what I'm kind of trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like more, positive, true masculinity. Forget this whole toxic shit. That's
Yeah, that's just some made-up buzzword by angry feminists who hate men.
or like they
Toxic
have.
masculinity. Like what?
Hmm. And yeah, if this is how men are evolving, yeah, I want to de-evolve.
That's a very good point.
Wait, caveman jolt?
No,
Cave squirrel jolt.
I can see it now. Jolt is there in a cave, like with a club, going ugh ugh.
No, nuts.
Yeah, nuts.
Mhm. That's probably one day I'll explore in an art piece.
That would be
Spoiler
really funny. Yeah, prehistoric Jolt. Oh, what would that look like? Hell yeah.
alert. I'll think of something. All right, so we've come to the end of what's happened for the week. Like we said, we did have a pretty big plate on our hands. So who'd like to wrap up and say what's to go? Closing statements.
I am personally disappointed we didn't get to the teacher that decided to go do fursuiting while in education.
I mean, it's the whole cat thing has become like the official gag of 2022
Wait,
for
wasn't this a
furries in the
husky
news
though?
world.
Well, they said litter box, so I'm assuming it's a
Yeah.
feline.
Litter
You know,
boxes, you've got litter boxes, you've got students identifying as cats, you got people getting in trouble because they didn't meow.
yeah. Well, this time it was a teacher who was berated by like a priest on TV.
Now it's like
So we can
again,
talk about that next week, like briefly, because I do want to
yeah,
talk about that too.
it's just
Yeah.
become the official gag of the year. But this is like we had the clown world of clown worlds.
I mean, we're
So
just getting more and more clown world. Like, if you guys ever seen the meme where the guy, first he paints his face white, then he puts on, the eyeliners, and then he puts on the red nose, and then he puts on the wig. We're at the nose phase right now.
Yeah, yeah, we're far gone.
We don't quite have the wig yet, but we're working on it.
I'll be honest though, when it comes to the whole game leaking thing, I love how this guy trolled everybody. But pro tip for anyone who does this sort of shit: don't make it known who you are. Otherwise, you'll basically get a free metal thing around your wrists.
You get some shiny bracelets
Yeah, click,
and
and a free
nice
ride.
and a free ride and a they use orange in Britain, gray. teal. You get a fancy
No idea, to be honest.
jumpsuit that's probably not the most comfortable thing in the world.
No, but Big Tyrone
Alright.
will have his way with you, so yeah.
Don't drop the soap.
Mm.
All right.
So, Beowulf, any last sum up of the week?
GTA 6 confirmed? Question mark.
What?
GTA 6 confirmed? Question mark.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much a thing.
MFF turned into a crap hole again. No surprise. And let's see. I think that's everything that I can think
Like,
of.
we ended up getting two movies.
Oh yeah,
two
and
movies
you
that
know
nobody
Hollywood
asked
doing
for.
Hollywood things.
Yeah, nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for it. So yeah.
Creativity dead, ladies and gentlemen.
well, I'm actually delighted to say that I'm glad that I did not win the lottery for MFF, because my goodness, well, I didn't even apply for it, but like, no, I'm glad I'm not going to that. Things have really gotten crazy. Their draconian policies, their favoritism, it's too tedious, man. It's just not for me. So if you are lucky enough to be graced with a room at MFF, hey, good for you. Yeah, have fun. Do your thing.
Yeah.
What else? Like I said, I thought it was very interesting that Rockstar was, confirmed that GTA 6 is a thing with the statement from this hacker who is only 16 years old, was able to do all this crazy nonsense. Like he should be working for like the government, or maybe even Rockstar should, or 2K should hire him to work for them, right? Like that'd be a cool like plea deal, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, this was interesting. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week.
Indeed.
Oh,
And again,
wait, before I go, one more thing. Yesterday was the first day of fall. Yay! Okay, that's all.
well, that took long enough.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, considering it's late September now, but hey, anyway. But yes, anyway, to round this up, thank you to all who listened to this. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did making it. As always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Play.fm, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more further down the line. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
Ow!